Let's run through scale and proportion together. Scale is, you can get a lot of contrast with making something larger or smaller according to the elements around it. This is so important. When elements are all the same size, the design feels flat. Contrast in size can create a tension as well as a feeling of depth and movement. So small shapes tend to recede, especially if they're up farther on the picture plane, and large ones move forward. This movie will be replaced with the one I'm working on right now. So here's your reading assignment about scale, and look at the placement of these. When you get to the assignment, you want to put a rule around your box so that you can really tell where the edge of the page is and play with your scale within the edge of the page. This could be a giant planet with a little sun popping out, or here's a guy with a tiny little giraffe, and making something small large. That's what scale is all about. Then you're going to come to this in your in your assignment, and what you're going to do is you're going to find two interesting words. You're going to do this 3 different times. So find 3 sets of interesting opposite words and illustrate them within a square. So put a rule around your box so I can see where the edge of it is. And what you're trying to do is illustrate this. So here's outside and inside. I've seen a lot of outside and inside. I would encourage you to come up with your own ideas and don't just redo what's already been done here. That's what design is coming up with your own ideas. Look at this more. Okay, less I'm going to assume that is, but more is just always stacked up. And moving, it's just moving up into the unknown. So that's what you want to do, is you want to create some interesting things. The most of the rest of this is just examples of how to use scale. And then here's some examples of ambiguous scale, where they've got a tiny doll and they're making it look like a big person. Here's where they're making chess pieces look bigger. This is ambiguous scale. You can get people's attention by using ambiguous scale, and there's a little bit about typography on here too. So there's your reading assignment, just interesting to look at as well as read. Now here's one. When you get to the ambiguous scale, this logographer Tools the World, what they do is they put the little figure and then they get way down on their eye level, and that's how they make the little figure look bigger. The way it makes something big look smaller is maybe like if you hold your phone up in front of a bunch of skyscrapers and then your phone kind of looks like a skyscraper. That's one way of doing this. So this is just some ideas on how to approach your ambiguous scale. Send me a message that you're working on Unit 4. So here's the assignment that I already talked about. Make sure you put your outlines on. Do your best. Okay, here's a good layout. From upper left to lower right, there's a big diagonal there. Here it is again, upper left to lower right. Here's a bunch of white space on the top where you kind of have an interesting progression. Anyway, just do your best on these assignments, and then when you're done, you're ready to go to Unit 5.